All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of I Get It From My Mama. It's Colin,
And Nisi,
and this is episode six, right?
number six.
Six, season one. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. Sorry we've been gone for so long. It's been wild, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
life's been life, and
Life is lives, but you know what? God provides, and we're
we're
here.
here.
So we're thankful and grateful and excited to bring another episode to you guys. So I'll go ahead and lead us in prayer and we'll go ahead and get started.
All right.
So, Father God, I just want to thank you and just want to just ask for your guidance, Lord. We just love being able to come together, Mom and I, and be able to present this podcast to the world. Lord, I pray that it is in your due time and in your will that we get this out to the masses, and we just want this to be seen by everybody so people can see the work that you've done in us when we exude that through the camera. Lord, we just thank you. We understand that in James chapter 2 verse 26 you say faith without works is dead, and we just want you to know that our works are not dead through you, Lord, and we just want to uplift you. We want to spread you throughout the world to build your kingdom, and hopefully we can do that, Mom and I, by doing this podcast. So we want to thank you. We give you the honor, the glory, and the praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So it's springtime now, huh? It was winter.
Well, that
It
was
was
one.
winter the
Yeah,
last time we
yeah,
met. I think
right.
I think I put the last episode out mid-February,
February.
and I think we shot it the week before, and
Yeah,
now it's already pretty much
the
what,
28th.
April,
Yeah,
right?
28th of March.
Wow,
But
wow.
March is holding on,
It is holding
holding
on. It
on.
is. I think
Yeah.
we've seen highs in the 80s. We've
Yes,
seen lows in the teens.
yes.
It's been a pretty
Up and down,
tumultuous
up and down.
month, but
But it's March. You know.
yeah,
I
but
mean, it was March. Can I tell you something?
yeah.
When I was a kid, and I was in the fifth grade, I was on patrol
Mm-hmm.
at school, and you used to have these long wooden poles, and they had a flag on the end. And when the kids would come, you would stand on the corner and keep the kids standing back.
Uh-huh.
And then when you would go step out in the street to stop the traffic and everything, you would open it up and
Oh,
say stop, and
okay.
that's how they would cross. You were like a crossing guard,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the fifth grade, so that was for the upper fifth. At the time, it's fifth and sixth graders that who could do it. And I loved that job in elementary school. It was at Fairwood Elementary. It was it was before we moved at Christmas time, before I moved to Kent Elementary. But that was a big deal to be able to be a patrol. And I remember in the March, and I remember April,
Mm-hmm.
and you had spring. You had your first day of spring and whatever, and you had these ups and downs and ups and downs. And I remember crying, standing out there on patrol, crying because it was cold outside and it was snowing, snow
Oh.
flurries, and I was crying, and I just was so literal, and I'm still that way today. But I mean, I was in the fifth grade, and I was
Wow.
just worked up about that. That was so dumb, but I was serious. I couldn't believe,
Couldn't believe.
I couldn't equate why it was snowing and cold, and we've already had the first day of spring. I wanted it to be spring and warm and be
Yep.
done.
Yep.
I didn't realize that God's in control of everything, and it
Yeah.
takes time. You just can't say, okay, it's spring, done. I could not. That concept was so difficult for me.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is. It
yeah,
is, especially in Ohio, because I mean, it can snow in April. It can.
yeah. It can snow in
I'm
April.
sure it
It can
has.
snow in. It can snow in May.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I've been around long enough to see that. It's just
Mm,
crazy.
it
Yeah.
is. It is. It was crazy. I think last week it
Yeah.
was like in the 80s, and like
Hmm.
Cincinnati was like 86,
Yeah.
and it went all the way to like 34 in Sandusky, Ohio, all
Right.
in the same day.
Right.
pretty wild.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty wild state,
Yes, it
to say the
is.
least.
Stay. They say stay around long enough in Ohio, you'll get
Yeah, you'll
it.
get all the seasons, you get all the weather in one
Right,
week,
right,
definitely for sure. So,
right.
shout out to Ohio, shout out to Columbus,
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Cleveland, all the other places in Ohio. But if you're not from Ohio, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you
So
don't understand.
don't put your winter stuff up too soon.
Not too soon.
I like your shirt too. It's the Jackie Robinson
Isn't it
shirt. Yeah, did you
nice?
get that for opening day?
I did. I didn't wear it, but
Mm-hmm.
I did. Courtney got it for me when she went up to Vermont, and then they came back
Oh,
through uh,
Cooperstown.
Cooperstown,
Yeah,
and she bought me back
your
this
shirt.
T-shirt. Yeah,
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 I like that.
yeah,
Yeah, shout out to opening day, which
yeah,
happened this week. I don't
yeah.
know why they switched it. They had the Yankees and the Giants do opening day, but everybody knows opening day starts in Cincinnati. So I don't really understand why they
Yeah,
they did that.
yeah,
Cincinnati is
yeah.
the cradle of
It was.
baseball.
Yeah, it is.
The beginnings, it all comes through Cincinnati.
Yeah,
So a little history
yeah.
lesson for
There were
y'all.
a lot of people there too.
Yeah,
A lot
always,
of sea of
always,
red. I
always.
mean, people must take off work to be a
It's a
part of
holiday.
that.
I was gonna say
Is it a
it's
oh,
a
okay.
holiday. Yeah,
Okay.
it
Yeah.
is. And I was stuck up here at work. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And too bad they play Boston, the Red Sox. They got the best of them. Red Sox did. But
Mm,
hey, 181-1. That's what we're gonna go for.
okay. All right.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what
We'll see
happens.
what happens. So, so yeah, we got a lot of different topics today. We're going to talk about the issues in the airports with ICE and TSA. A little bit with the war in Iran, all the way to Michael B. Jordan winning his first Oscar, Tiger Woods and his second or third DUI now, or possible DUI.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been at least 2 or 3 car accidents. At least I know
Two.
that
Yeah.
too.
Two. Yeah.
And then bring it back home with the NCAA, the men's tourney, Elite Eight starts tonight.
Night. Yeah.
So we have a pretty packed schedule here for the show. So we'll go ahead and jump in. So what's up with ICE? What's going on? So they still doing the board, because a lot of stuff they're doing is not on the borders. They're like
They're out in the
coming in.
community.
Yeah, they're out in the
Yeah.
community. They're out in Minnesota,
Right.
harassing those folks for a long time,
Yeah.
or keeping the peace,
Right.
as some people would say. If
Supposedly. Yeah.
the other side of that, whichever way, they've been out. Haven't heard much from them. And then now they were being deployed to some of the major hubs, major airports
Right.
in the country, because TSA, for the second time in less than 6 months, hasn't been getting paid.
Right. They haven't
because of the
been
shutdown.
They haven't
I think
been
40
getting
something
paid.
days.
Yeah. Without pay.
And it's crazy. It's crazy to think, because I had somebody say something in a Bible study that I'm in, like, yeah, because the TSA workers won't get paid, or aren't working, and I'm like, now if you weren't getting paid, I'm sure you wouldn't be working
no.
either. Be wanting to work.
Absolutely
You would
not.
be wanting to call off and not work and all this stuff too.
Absolutely
So
not.
it
Yeah.
just kind of kills me when people say stuff like that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
now if you were at your job in less than 6 months apart,
Right.
you were asked to work, show up
Without
pay for 40 something days,
Right.
you would feel a certain type of way
way.
as well.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I just don't really understand that. Then on the flip side of that is, well, we got to keep the airport safe. Like, what are we going to do? Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll deploy ICE, and guess what? We'll keep the lines going. And then if you look black, brown, or not American, we're going to take you to a holding facility, and that's going to be that. So I am happy to hear, as of last night, maybe the day before, that they've come to some sort of agreement with getting those TSA agents paid, and kind of pulling ICE out and kind of restoring order. But you kind of see what they're doing. You guys can't see it. There's a chessboard here, and on this table that my mom and dad, they play their continual game of chess. They make one move, and then the next day someone comes and makes another move. It's the slowest game of chess I've ever seen, but it works for them, right? So that's cool. But like you can see the pieces, like they want to deploy ICE in certain situations that are national security issues, right? So it's like, yeah, we don't want to pay TSA, but we don't have a problem paying ICE. Like
Right.
it doesn't
It
really
doesn't make
make
sense.
sense
Is that
unless you
there's
have
no
a
balance.
an agenda that you're trying to push. So I'll stop and pause there and let you get some thoughts, your words in.
I do not understand it. I'm just going to be perfectly honest
Mm-hmm.
because to me it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is it Congress or the Senate? Or which one? They have to
I think they both have to
they
sign
have to
off
both
on it.
sign
Yeah, I
off,
think it's.
and they've been working, going back and forth across the aisle, and they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
get everybody involved. My question is this: if it wasn't signed by yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
they are getting ready to go on vacation for 2 weeks.
Mm.
Where I stand on that issue is y'all don't get to go on vacation. You need to take care of this. This is a major threat.
Mm-hmm.
It is not wise to have these TSA agents, people go 40 days working. And so that's, they have not been paid for the work that they have done. They
Mm-hmm.
have families, they have, a mortgage just like the next person, and car payments and heat and the basic necessities
Mm-hmm.
that you need in order to live, go from day to day. I don't understand. It was amazing to me that they were able to kind of get the ball rolling this week and get things done, because I think it was going to affect them and their livelihood. My thing is, why don't they take away their checks?
Mm. Well,
Uh,
that was kind of the threat, not to take away their checks, but I heard that Delta Airlines stepped up and said, "Hey, we're taking away all your perks, your government perks. You know, when
okay.
you're flying with Delta, you won't get the perks you used to." And then TMZ doubled down and said, "Yeah, adding to that, we're going to photograph and be paparazzi at all your
At the
vacation spots
okay
while everybody's struggling and you're on vacation for
vacation.
two
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah,
We're gonna blow that up,
I agree.
and that's what I've heard is what's been the main motivator
Okay,
to getting things done. Like,
well,
well,
get it done. I don't care. Get it
we
done.
don't want to look like the bad guys
Right,
here.
right.
So, and I was listening somewhere else, another podcast or something, and that's you can only take a little bit of what somebody else says. Same with us. Just take a little
Yeah,
bit. Do your
yeah.
research on your own.
Right.
Form your own opinion. But hopefully, this is a place where you can come and discuss and talk and a safe space to do so. And they were saying Trump has been basically this magnet for everything bad, and it kind of gives the Republican side of the Senate and Congress and all that
Mm-hmm.
the beard, right? They have a shield because everything bad that happens, Trump gets all the blame, and they just get to put their hands up, and be
Just
like,
say,
"Well,
oh,
I
we
don't
don't know.
know. What do you mean? That's horrible. What happened?
Yeah.
Trump. I don't know. What can we do?" So the people with the moral compass are kind of putting it on Trump because he doesn't care.
No.
We I think we know this guy.
Right.
We've been around him long
He
enough.
has showed us who he
He has
is.
showed us who he is,
Yeah.
and it seems like the more you hate on him, the
Oh.
stronger he gets.
Oh yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
that is not that does not diminish him. I was telling Sierra, I was like, we need to start treating him nice. If we started treating Trump nice, I feel like he'd be like, I don't know what to do. I don't like
Yeah.
my power is diminishing because people
Yeah.
are being so kind to
Kind.
me. Like I can't
Yeah.
work with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, now they're holding the mirrors up to the I guess that'd be the GOP or the Republican Party or
Right.
whatnot,
Right.
and saying, "Hey, nah, we're holding y'all accountable now. We're taking away your perks." And they're like,
Wait a minute.
let's get something done.
Yeah.
Let's make it
Yeah.
work." And I think
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the play
and
going
the, and
forward.
and the
Needs to be.
ripple effect. Okay, you're not paying TSA,
Mm-hmm.
so now it affects the everyday consumer,
Mm-hmm.
someone who's going to fly. I'm thinking like last year when your dad and I, took our
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in line for 6 hours trying to get? You've missed your flight, just like I've seen on the news and different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one guy says I still stayed in line because I had to get up there and make arrangements and make changes in my flight.
Yep.
Um, and the plane left 3 hours ago. You're
Wow.
still standing in line. Some of
Wow.
those airports, people are getting up and coming to the airport. They've got I saw on CNN or whatever. This guy was in the airport at 3 o'clock in the morning. He was already there, and his flight wasn't until 10
Mm-hmm.
something. And he was there trying to avoid the lines. And when he got there, it was just total
Mm-hmm.
pandemonium because everybody else is thinking the same thing, and the lines were so long. So now you got to go through the lines,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't even get on your flight to get where you're going.
Yeah.
It's just a sad situation, and it just seems like it just continues to um, every week. I'm like, well, what's going to happen this week? What's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen?
Yep.
It,
And
it
you,
it's it's like a dominoes effect.
yeah, it is a domino effect. And for me, and I can only speak for myself, you become numb to it.
Yeah,
You become like, oh well, that's something else that you
something else has
gotta
happened. Yeah,
gotta
I'm
deal
not
with.
going
You
on a
know,
trip.
like
Yeah,
it's you just become, and I hate to say that because we need to be outraged about it.
yeah,
We need to be outside
yeah,
protesting with the no kings. Like that's
yeah,
honestly that's what we need to do as a whole. But everybody's kind of well, we'll wait and see what happens. How are things going to go? This, if anything, should show you how fragile our infrastructure is.
yeah. It is.
Like our simple freedoms and liberties that we have,
Yeah, that
how
we take for
easily that
granted.
could
Yeah,
be
taken away.
taken away.
Yeah,
Just as simple as going to the airport, making it inconvenient to go to the
sure.
airport, or making it that our brown brothers and sisters who aren't immigrants here, they can't go and travel. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like it's getting to a point where none of us are going to be able to
right.
go
Yeah,
anywhere. You know what I mean? Like even if
yeah,
you really want to or have the money,
right,
and that's what people think you're going to have the money. Or if I got the money, I can do. No, pretty soon that's going to be obsolete too.
right.
So now the question is, it's 2026. If this keeps going, what's going to look like in 2029? What's it going to look like in 2033? What's it going to look like for my kids when they're my age? You know what I mean? Like, what does
Right.
that look like? And that's the scary part to kind of think about and to see if things go in the flow the way they're going. This is not going to be the same America
Yeah,
that we've known. Even though, of course, we know America has flaws. We get
yeah,
that,
yeah,
but it's going to be way more flawed
yeah,
than before.
yeah. It's
So
changing.
it is changing. It is
And every
changing.
day it has changed.
And I'm not speaking doom and gloom. Don't think that. I definitely feel like there's power in numbers. I think that it's just going to cause us to look at things differently,
Differently.
and we have to be more of a collective, which I feel like we're built for,
Yeah.
especially with millennials and Gen Z
Hmm.
and so on and so forth. I think we're more communicative
Yeah,
anyway
and more
and more
accepting.
accepting.
And
So
yeah.
the capitalism way of
Hmm.
our parents and
Oh
grandparents and
yeah,
all that,
yeah.
I think we would thrive under a socialist or cooperative economic type base system. That's
Okay.
just me. That's just me. That's what I think. But you have the power. Like as bad as things are, you still have
You
the
still have
power.
the power.
You still have the
Listen.
power because
Well, I think we're going to, but one thing that is going to have to change is when you say that,
mhm,
I agree with you. I
mhm,
agree. You do have the power, but we're going to have to be, um, we're going to have to come together.
yeah, align. Hmm.
You're going to have to align. Nisi can't have this going on here and you're over here. We're going to have to
Hmm.
come
Yeah,
together as
yeah.
one.
What is going to bring us together? What's the unifier?
Our mindset, I think prayer. I think
You think
I
prayer gonna bring us
I
together?
think prayer got to start. It's got to be up there high. I mean,
I think prayer is definitely necessary,
it's going
but
to
I
be
don't think it's going to
necessary.
be the
So,
great
what do you think
unifier.
is going to bring
I
unify
honestly
us?
I feel like this war in Iran is our great unifier. I think this war in
You
Iran.
think because it balances things out,
I
or
think that I think as a collective we're just tired of the rhetoric. We're tired of the same old same old. We're tired of
mm-hmm,
the lies. We're tired of just the way things are. And I think both sides of the aisle, whether you're Democrat, Republican,
independent, any of
independent,
that?
whatever, we're all up to here
Yeah.
with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I tell Sierra this all the time. Don't let them take away the Wi-Fi. They take away the internet and the Wi-Fi. It's on, like it's over.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's.
people are
I'm
like,
gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna be like the kids.
right
Where's the
right.
Wi-Fi?
From the babies
To
to
the old
the
people,
grannies,
me
the
too,
babies
man.
to the
I
grannies.
need
It's
my
people
Wi-Fi.
gonna be
Yeah,
upset.
yeah.
Gas. I put 4 gallons of gas in my truck to get up here. 4 gallons because gas is $5.19 a gallon.
Why did you put 4 gallons in?
Because that's all I had. That's all I had. I gave my last to be up here. But but that it was important to me to be up here. But the only thing I could afford was $20 worth of gas, right? But it's like that $20 used to stretch a little bit, but now that'll get me up here and back, and that's what 100 miles, maybe less than that. I don't know how many miles it is from my house to your house. I know
Oh,
it's
it's
like
not.
50 minutes, but
Yeah, it's not 100, but
maybe
it's
80 miles,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
give or
80 miles.
take.
Yeah, 80 miles.
So
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like when you find these little inconveniences, they start to add up, and I think this war with Iran is just like again, like we're doing this same song and dance again that Bush did
yeah.
in 2003, that his daddy did in 1993, and like it's like
Right.
we're still doing this, and I don't know. I think it's enough. Then they changed the draft age. Did you hear that?
No, what's the draft
So
age
the
now?
draft cap was 35. It's gonna be 42.
Stop!
They're gonna draft me. They're gonna draft the Unks.
Oh
We
my goodness!
hey, do what you want to do, but I you don't want me over there protecting y'all.
You
At
have to
40,
change your
at 39,
mindset.
at 40 years old, right?
Yeah,
But I'm just saying
yeah,
that right there is telling you
yeah.
what it's looking like. This is supposed to be a 4-day war, 2-day war, or whatnot, and it's going on what, week 4?
42. The age
Hey,
is 42.
now this is what I heard.
Oh
Fact
my
check me.
goodness.
But let me see. I'll look it up right now.
Oh
The
my goodness.
age of the whatchamacallit, your the draft age.
You want to,
Draft
but that.
age.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see what it's saying. Yeah, Army raises maximum enlistment age to 42.
Wow.
So
Mm, mm, mm.
so that's where we're at. I think this is the like, all right. And then on top of, what are we really even fighting this war for? Is it for Israel? Is it for oil? Is it for either way? It's not necessary.
No.
So I think the total masses believe it's not
And
necessary.
then the men and women that the casualties that we will lose. I mean,
Yeah, for what?
yeah. I
For
mean,
what? It's showing a superpower that's falling from grace, and the only way to like save itself is to just disrupt everybody else. That's what it's giving.
that's
Like
what you.
that's
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 what
what
you're
I
getting.
that's what I get from it. And as a Black American, as someone who shares privileges with our white counterparts, it's two different Americas here for me and for others. So like to fall from grace for me isn't that far of a fall than for somebody else,
Right.
Lex Westerner. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like the upper 1%,
Right.
white people in this country
Right.
who
Right.
essentially run the country,
Right.
they're losing the power.
Right.
We've always been cogs, y'all. So don't get in my comments. Don't get in here and
Yeah.
feel like, well, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Bro, you're a cog. If you're not a 1%er, you're a cog. That's it. Like that's it.
That's it.
We're here to churn the butter. We're
Yeah.
here to just be fodder for everybody else. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
that's it. And if we
But
can change that and not be that, then I'm
right.
with it.
Yeah. But different people handle things differently. You know, God rest her soul. My grandmother is gone. You know, gone. Um, she she used to say, I don't know why they think that they you know the people that are quote unquote in power think that black folks as a race are going to get all caught up because of something that's going to be taken away or whatever, because we can handle that. We've been there, done that. Yeah. We trying to survive every day, you know. And it, you know, it makes a lot of sense when she used to say that. I'm not gonna lose my mind because when I often laugh and think, what would she have thought about the egg situation when eggs got up to $4 or $5, you know, for a dozen eggs? Yeah. But she would have said we'd found a way around it before, you know, or whatever. It's no, you know, big deal compared to. She used to say, "I'm not jumping into traffic because of that, you know, the cost of whatever. I can make it. I can work it out." Yeah. You know, there's certain people who handle things differently than that, and that's a big difference.
Yeah. And I would go a step further and say we have endured and overcome a lot more than other counterparts.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. Can you imagine when your friends from Royal Group have to be getting stopped and frisked?
Right.
You know, being targeted for what she looks like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be preposterous.
It would be would be
get your hands off me.
What are you doing? You know, that whatever. And I would be like, it happens every day. You know, I mean, you know, the world you know, come from, you know, whatever. You're right. It's different. I remember Colin being in a meeting not long after I went back to work. You know, I had been home 13 years and went back to work. And it was early in the year, and the principal wanted to know what people did, you know, over the summer, the summer break, you know, and you know, these people are talking about, you know, they went to Hilton Head and what's the one out on the East Coast, the Hamptons, and you know, Maine, you know, just all these great. They took the grandchildren to Disney, you know, all of that. And I remember somebody asking me, Nisi, where do you go? I said, you know what? I live a whole different life. I come from a whole different world.
Yep.
And, you know, somebody said, well, what do you mean? I said, you know, as a kid growing up, you know, you guys, you know, a lot of the people were the brothers and sisters and the mom and dads. Everybody was coming together in Hilton Head. They go this certain week every year to rent this huge house and, you know, be a family. They've been going there since they were little kids. Now their children are going. And they're like, you know, what do you think? I said, I have never lived that kind of life. So what I think, I said the biggest highlight for me as a young girl growing up, we went to the Ohio State Fair. That was the big deal for one day to go to the Ohio State Fair. Yeah. That was my big summer treat. And it was different. And you know, I didn't just realize it then, but I think one of the ladies came up to me, we're still good friends today. She says, you know, Nisi, you always open my eyes because I do not think, I have no idea. She says, there is no way. She says, you know, I've been going, you know, to the Outer Banks since I was a little girl. Now she's traveling internationally. She's going to Paris, and, you know, she went and, you know, they went to Italy and all the, you know, and I'm looking at them like, I just want to get to the Grand Canyon, you know, or something, or, you know, whatever. So, it's amazing how life like you say, two different Americas.
Mm-hmm.
There are two different worlds for people.
Mm-hmm.
And brown and black folks world is brown people, black folks, white folks. They have two different lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's it's obvious. I mean, it's there if you open your eyes and look.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
amazing.
It's unfortunate. And
Yeah.
And I'd say, I get it, man. White people are probably gonna watch this and be like, "Well, I don't have money. I never went to the Hamptons." Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I know, and
Yeah.
it's not everybody. And there's some
Yeah.
black people that been to the Hamptons,
Yeah.
or they go to what's the Inkwell?
That's the Hamptons. That's all
Hamptons?
that up
No,
in,
but there's a Black Hamptons.
yeah.
Up there.
The Hamptons and the Inkwell and that's all up there.
That's all.
Up there on the East Coast.
They'll come to me.
Yeah.
There's another spot that prominent black
It's gonna drive me crazy now.
families used to go to.
Okay.
And
well,
yeah.
well, in Myrtle Beach, it's the what did the place I loved?
Atlantic.
Yeah, the Atlantic Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Atlantic Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "What are you talking about?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "It's right there. They got a sign or whatever. Atlantic Beach is 4 blocks."
Yeah.
Have no idea.
Yeah.
I would love to buy a piece of property in Atlantic Beach.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some available.
Yes, it is.
But in this country, if you're white, you're right. And if you're brown or black, you better stay back. Like, that's just the overall arcing message of
that is so sad.
This country.
It's so sad to me.
It is sad. But like I've said in episodes before, I'm not proud to be an American because of everything we've done. I'm proud to be an American for what we can achieve. Because I still feel like we can still overcome and rebuild. And if Trump has done anything, he is open that opportunity, because I think now people can see the mirror up and see like, whoa, I didn't know that it was like this.
Yeah.
You opened my eyes up to some.
Yeah.
Well, how did you not know? But you know what? We won't take it personal. We'll just move forward, and hopefully we can build it back where everybody is included. That's my hope. But if not,
well, if that's your hope, that's my prayer.
If not, then well, you think Malcolm and Martin and Marcus Garvey and all them were bad? Wait till you get a load of me. That's all I got to say, because y'all got a little bit of time. And it's right. And it's on. Like, we gotta do something.
There's something that it's gonna have to be changed.
And we're gonna be out. So
yeah, and that's scary, because I don't want that for my children and my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Or the next generation, of whites, Oversons and whites. I don't want that. Yeah. I want more for us.
Yeah. Me too. Because there can be.
Yeah.
So we work together. So keep it up, guys. We got this. We got this, y'all. Don't crash out. Don't crash out. Speaking of crash out, well, I guess not speaking of crash out, but Michael B. Jordan won his Oscar. And I know a lot of people wanted to crash out because of what happened at the BAFTA Awards the previous week or two prior to the Oscars.
Right.
When he and Delroy Lindo presented, and the guy with Tourette's yelled out the N-word. Right when they're standing. They just had to kind of just take it. And Mom said you didn't see it? You didn't hear about it? Or
I heard about it.
Okay.
I did not see it. I didn't research it and go in and whatever. I thought I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I mean,
mm-hmm.
I'm getting just like everybody else. I'm like,
yeah.
Stop. Just let me off. Let me, it just and okay, they're saying, I'm sure. What are they saying? Let me keep my mouth shut first. What are they saying about this person with Tourette's?
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying is the problem?
I mean, and I was even one to come to his defense. I was like, look, man, I know people with Tourette's.
Yeah.
I understand that, and involuntarily,
mm-hmm.
people blurt stuff out.
Yeah.
Right. So it is something that's possible. I was of the mind to be like, hey, it happened. It was messed up, but turn the page. We, much worse has happened.
Right.
But then as you start to peel things back, and then you kind of realize, okay, well, if he does have Tourette's, why didn't he yell anything else out? Like, why was it just that at that moment in time? So it kind of makes you question and be like, yeah, that's a good point. And then I found out it wasn't a live showing; it was taped. And then there was some other, and you guys get in the chat and let me know what it was. But there was something else that they were able to remove, but they
they left that in.
Left that in.
Oh, they should have removed that.
So, per usual, you start to, you take the stance of, okay, well, that's, that can't be racist, right? Like, come on, we're overreacting. To like, well, maybe it is. To, yeah, they did that on purpose. Like that was kind of the development of it. And then a couple weeks later, Michael B. Jordan wins the Oscar. I think the director,
Ryan Coogler.
I think he got an Oscar as well.
Yeah.
So I put on here like humiliation ritual. Is that something that they had to do to Michael B. Jordan in order to give him the award? I don't know Hollywood like that, but I do know that every time a black actor or actress wins something of that stature, they have to kind of humiliate themselves or do it in a role that's not demeaning or uplifting. It's Denzel Washington Training Day, being a crooked cop.
Right.
Monsters Ball with Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton, which I didn't really know the plot of Monsters Ball.
Oh, you didn't?
Apparently, her husband was in jail, and Billy Bob was the one who the executioner.
He was
prisoner.
He was a war guard or whatever in the prison. Yeah.
So
they get together or whatever, or have this.
So rendezvous. The white man had to have relations with Halle Berry, and then she won an Oscar. Like, it's just always something.
There's a spin on it that people put.
It's always something. So, shouts out to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. You guys doing your thing out there in Hollywood, representing. I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird.
Well, I have to tell you, I finally did see Sinners.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I went this week.
Yeah.
Your dad and I went, and
I'm sure he loved it.
He did.
Did he really?
I can't say I enjoyed the movie. Yeah. It's quite different.
Yeah, that's definitely not a movie for you.
But it is not my type of movie. It's different. But I love Michael B. Jordan. I think he is a great actor. Mm-hmm. And when they talked about just the different things that he did in order to play Smoke and Stack, the two, these identical twins, which is him playing two different parts. Yeah. And I've seen some of the interviews, and people have asked him, I think Kimmel asked him, did they give you 2 checks? Did you get 2 checks? Right. I think that, I thought that was very good, different things, like he wore tighter shoes when he was one of the twins, and then he wore bigger shoes when other or whatever. So there are different things that he did to, cool. To play the roles. I think he is one of the most, he is sensational. And I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. And what I would like to see from him and Ryan Coogler and Spike, like your dad says, well, what is Spike there for? Now I said, now wait a minute now. Spike, he was on the carpet, the red carpet, whatever. I said, Spike Lee's a filmmaker, right. So and he helped, these people are standing on his shoulders. Right. I mean, even if you weren't in love with Malcolm X or Do the Right Thing, or I mean, he is a quality filmmaker. Yeah. So they're standing on his the shoulders of this man. I mean, we're the same age. Yeah. Me and Spike. Um, so my question to this is that makes me think that why do we as a people, black actors and actresses and whatever, they don't call it the Oscars anymore. I forget what it's called. I should have wrote it down. But why is it so important for us to be accepted by white folks? Why is it so important for them to say, "Oh, you good"? It reminds me kind of what was those movies they used to have? Step
and Fetch.
Step and Fetch it. Yeah, what? It reminds me of that. Why is it so important for us to get this award from the quote unquote white establishment? It's their peers.
The Academy.
The Academy. It's the peers or whatever. My thing is, now I'm going on my guy. What's the guy's name that I listen to? Oh, Dr. Umar. I'm over here now. I'm over here. I'm a Pan African now. I'm being whatever.
Yeah.
Make your own. Get your own.
Yeah.
Y'all come together. Create. You're creative. You're bright, intelligent people. We are whatever. We add the flavor to everything to me in this world. I mean, you know, I love my people and I love being black. I am not going to ask the Lord if I make it up there, why was I black? I'm not going to ask that question. But my question is, why do we need acceptance? Make your own award and give it out. But it's so important, and it hurts. I didn't even watch it. I thought I'll just get online and I'll pick out the pieces that I want, because I'm just getting older and whatever, and with anxiety and different things that I deal with. I thought I don't need all that. I'm not up for an Academy Award, because I'm always pulling for us. Yeah. And I was pulling for that young man, you know, and his mama's going, he braiding her through, you know, and I thought it was beautiful, you know. But I want to say, you know what, people? Ryan Coogler, Spike Lee, Michael B. Jordan, Denzel, there's some great people. Get together in a room, you know. I mean, even some of the smaller people, younger, for Issa Rae. I mean, you know, you've got some young people who are creating and coming. Make your own. Yeah. And stop sitting around waiting on somebody to tell you, Colin, you are a good person. You really could do that. Don't. Do you. If that's what you want to do, and that brings you happiness, and you want to act, because I really do believe that actors do not get paid enough money for what they all go through to do whatever, to prepare for these roles and whatever. It truly is a calling. And they go, a lot of them go to school, and they learn, you know, how to, you know, do certain things with, and some of it comes, you know, natural. I think some of it comes easier to, you know, to some people, but there's some folks out there that can really act. Yeah. And that's what they want to do. Like like a singer or something. There are some people that really want to sing. Yeah. You know, that can really, you know, sing. Yeah. And my thing is, if that's what you want to do, create a space for you, you know. And if you make it, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. But if you don't, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop your grind. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where I am with that. It kind of makes me sick that they got to stand around and wait on somebody else to tell them, which is the big heads, the Columbias and the tiger that roars in my sleep every night. What's his name? That opens up my movies. That
Oh,
opens
the
up my dreams.
mm.
The lion,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I mean, people, my friends think I'm nuts, but
Mm.
that's what
That's something.
happens every night before my dreams start. But I mean, these big houses, and they've got all the money, they have all the cards,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
they're sitting around waiting on
Yeah, the studios. Yeah,
studio. They're sitting around waiting on somebody to tell them that they are good.
yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah. So there's a lot to unpack there.
Oh,
Like
okay.
there's a whole lot. I think that would be a good conversation for what we're going to kick to next week and why it's so important for us to stunt and the plight of Black people in
Okay.
itself. But I will touch on it. Um, there's a few things there. It all roots back to slavery and just having that acceptance. One, you want to be accepted by the the race has been putting you down, because I think when we opted for civil rights and we wanted equality and we wanted integration and all that kind of stuff, that's really what it took. It was, if we put black faces in white spaces, it will make everything better. And I think after 60 plus years of that experiment, I think we can all say that that's not the case.
That's not the
That's
case.
not the case. Black faces and white spaces is not it. Integrating to, all the way from housing to education to, you know, entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Black faces and white spaces has not gained us equality. Like, yeah, okay, I can vote. Yeah, I can go to any bathroom I want to. Sure, that's cool, but the playing field is not the same, right?
No.
So you spend a lot of time trying to work at something to get that praise from those folks because it's something that we've been denied for so long.
So they
So
want it. They want it. They want it bad. Then I mean, the
yeah,
actors or
yeah, the
whatever.
actors want it. You
They,
want that Oscar
you
because
want
it's the highest
highest.
achievement that you can get in acting, right? You want that Grammy because it shows it's the highest
Yeah.
achievement you can get
Right.
in recording, like audio recording and music. So that's how it's set up. That's the game. That's how the game is set up. Now you're talking about flipping the table and creating a whole new game, and that is something that we have struggled to do for
For a
a
long
long
time.
time, for a
Mm-hmm.
very long time, and that
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that we are still trying to create, even today. Like it's. I think now you have more of a chance of being independent and doing your own thing because of free marketplace, because of the internet, because
Entrepreneurship.
we could do things like this, put on the internet, and for a low fee entry, we could be seen by millions of people if we find our people, we find our tribe and people who rock with us. Before you had to go through the gatekeepers. You had to go through those recording studios to even be seen on TV. Netflix, they totally broke the mold
Right.
and created their own studio just off of renting these other studios' films. So yes, it is possible. Yes, it is achievable. But that is mainly, my opinion, why we seek that validation, because for so long we were told we couldn't have it. Then it was this climb to get to it, and then you realize you're there, and it's like, oh, this isn't really what I
Expected. This is
expected to.
nowhere what I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
but you
Yeah.
spent so much time working,
To
spinning
get
your
there.
wheels to get there, that you didn't even stop to think about, like, well, hold on, wait a minute, why am I even do this? Let me just build with my brothers over here,
Right.
and we have cameras, we have, we
Yeah.
can build our own.
Yeah.
Honestly, technology, I think, is now the biggest, the leveler of the
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
field. Now we have the technology to be able to do certain stuff
Mm-hmm.
that in the past, in the 50s, 60s, 70s,
Yeah.
you didn't go through a movie studio, you weren't
Right.
going to be on TV. You
Right.
weren't going.
Yeah.
But
So it's the
now
big the big divide,
it
like
was,
digital
yeah,
divide or
yeah.
whatever. But now,
We're kind of all the same.
same.
Now the only thing holding you back is you. Now the question is why, and that's something that we can tackle next time. That's a
Okay.
cliffhanger. We can talk. We can
Okay.
tackle that next time. Is the
Okay.
why
I'm
do
gonna
we
do a
have that?
little more research on that, on the
Yeah,
why.
do that
Okay.
research, because it's going to be the same as what we're going to talk about, the why it's so important for us to stunt and the plight of Black people. I guess it's the it's all one and the same. So I think that's a good segue and stopping point on that.
Okay.
And we can pick that up next episode. So tune in
Okay.
for episode 7. We'll dive into that. Last couple things on here because we're getting close to our time. I just want to talk about Tiger Woods and his accident.
Yeah.
Just happened, I believe, yesterday.
Yesterday.
He was going around the truck, clipped the truck, ended up rolling. They said that he seemed to be under the
Yeah.
influence,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he took a field sobriety test or not. So the DUI, I'm gonna say alleged DUI because I don't think it's been set in stone. But what
Okay.
is it with Tiger though? Like, just get like, doesn't he have a driver?
He needs to
So
get
he
one
have
or call an
somebody.
Uber.
Like
Something
this is the
doing.
second, third time he's had an
Yeah.
accident in
He
Jupiter, Florida.
and
And
it's
like,
and it's on his street. From what I read, it's very close to where his home is. So he's zipping through the neighborhood. You
mm-hmm,
know, um, he was way over the speed limit.
yeah,
They said, um, so I think Tiger thinks that he is entitled somewhat that he could go out and drink
mm-hmm,
and then get behind the wheel and I'm going to, make it home, but he is impaired.
yeah.
I think that Tiger needs to, I hope that they, instead of slapping him on his hand, they keep doing that. I think he needs to go in and really be checked out and get some help,
Hey,
some
rehab? You need to go to
counseling.
rehab?
I think he needs some type of counseling, and
Mm,
I think they need to look at his drinking. They need to bring an expert in to ask the questions about his drinking.
mm-hmm,
Uh, is he, I mean, there's certain things that, I mean, is he or is he not an alcoholic? Can he function without alcohol? Does he have to have alcohol in order, whatever?
yeah,
So, and it's a sickness. And
it's
so, he's thinking that he is okay, and they've got to get him to the point to where what he's doing is not good. He can't drink, and evidently he must have been under the influence.
yeah,
We don't know exactly what it was, but I bet you if they start researching a little more, well, they've got to do something to find out because they arrested him, they
yeah. It was,
detained him.
yeah,
He was able to get out, of course, whatever, but they need to find out what's going on with Tiger. I think this story is got some legs and a little more to it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm sure we're going to find out what's going on. And they keep saying, is he gonna golf? Is he gonna golf in the Masters? You golf. Do you think that he's going to be able to golf in the Masters?
Depends on how if he was injured or.
He
But I,
climbed out of the passenger side of the
jeez,
car flipped. So, but they said that he wasn't injured, but today he might be feeling completely different than he was yesterday.
right.
Um, so I don't know. I feel for him. Tiger is another one that we don't have the true we don't have enough information,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sure it's gonna come out. But
Yeah.
there's something to it. Tiger to me has not been right since, this is my personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
since he lost his father. His father was his compass, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of held him down, um, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. His father was his guy,
Yeah.
and I think he really needs some counseling and really needs, like you say, unpack. He needs
Yeah.
to dig in and find out what is this all about, because the drinking is just the surface. We have not seen, he has not even seen, what is it, what is he trying to do, to mask that. I understand it. Your mental health, I understand it, God
Mm-hmm.
knows. And I'd like to see him get some help.
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely
do.
prayers out for
Yeah.
Tiger and the
Yeah.
Woods family having to just go through this
Yeah.
again. And I agree. I think they're definitely gonna make an example
Oh
out of
yeah.
him this time. I think there might be some, if it comes back that he was under the influence. He got in this accident. I'm just thankful no one else was hurt,
Right.
injured in it. I don't think he's going to get off as clean as he did with
No,
the last one.
it's not. No, he's they're like, and it's the same. It's the Martin. Um, like you live in Franklin. We live in Delaware. The Martin County
County,
or whatever, and the same
same.
plea post, same jail, same whatever, and I think they're gonna put it to him this time. But they need to get him if that's what they have to do to get him the help because it's
Mm,
obvious this is happening on a regular now. He's got a little pattern going here.
yeah,
They got peoples that are in these key positions or whatever. They got to get to the root of it and find out what's going on with him.
yeah. So
Yeah, because like you say, before you know it, again, he may not be so lucky. Somebody else may not be so blessed, and it can get ugly. And you can go from 0 to 100 and
yeah,
just like that.
and DUIs are serious. Like that's
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 some
that's
serious
very.
stuff.
I used to not think it was as serious as it was, but it's like you get away with driving drunk 99 times out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
It's that one
One
time
time. You're right.
that
Right.
just
Right.
it's not worth it. It's
And
not.
you
It's not
and
worth
you know what changed my mind on that
it.
is I'm like you. I used to think that it was
Mm,
okay, a drink or something, but I'm like, hey, you up to 3 4 drinks. Listen, somebody's going to have to drive you. Leave your car here.
yeah.
You don't need to go. But what I learned a lot about with the DUI thing was through our family friend Mary.
Mm,
Mary
yeah.
was hit
By a drunk
by a
driver.
drunk driver,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she lost her leg.
Yeah. On a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it was terrible, and
Yeah.
it changed the whole trajectory of her life. It changed everything.
Yeah.
And she's 70 something years old now.
Wow.
And but when it happened, and one blessing that she received, her father would not allow her access to find out who that person was. He
Mm,
made it perfectly clear that he did not want Mary to know who the person was because she's that type of personality.
mm,
She would have at that time gone after that person,
mm.
but it changed everything
Wow.
about her and everything. I met her later,
Mm-hmm.
but just in conversations and having that friendship with her, it 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 was not good. It
Yeah.
changed her whole life. And she was a go-getter and a free spirit and just a beautiful person.
Mm-hmm.
But it was deep.
Yeah.
And she still deals with it every day. She's
Mm,
whatever. So I'm like you. I look at it a little differently. I do not appreciate people who are drunk or have had too much to drink.
yeah.
uh, and I know nothing about technology, but I tell you, I would sober up long enough to get a Uber or
Yeah.
a Lyft or something, or the old y'all
Call a
are that
cab, huh?
call no, not I'd call a friend. I'd call you,
Mm,
Colin. I drank too much, or whatever. I hate to say it, but you guys gonna have to come and get me.
yeah.
I mean, because I know how important it is for me not to get back behind that wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. You harm
You know,
yourself, harm somebody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
That's it's no good. So hey, if you think about drinking and driving tonight, don't.
Don't do
Or
that.
call a friend. Or
Call a
call your mom.
friend.
Call your
Call
son. Call
somebody.
somebody. Call an Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not coming up here to get you. I'll send you an Uber.
You send me an
I'll
Uber.
be where you at. Get on the app and send somebody to pick you
Oh,
up and take you
you
home. But
are
I ain't coming all the way
truly
up
true.
here.
What are you? What are you called?
Millennial?
You're a millennial.
Yeah,
Oh, you
millennial.
millennial,
Mm.
and then there's Gen
Gen Z
Z
is right after us.
after you or
Yeah.
whatever. Amazing. Y'all,
Hmm.
you guys amaze me. You and your sister. I mean, the stuff that you do. She's like, she say the same thing. Or like you do. You want those sneakers?
Hmm.
Okay. I said, well, we got to go try them on. We got to go to Dick's. We got to do that. No, ma, no. The next thing I know, day two later, the box is on the porch.
Yeah. Did that fit?
Yeah.
That's it. And if they didn't fit, you put them back in and take them
Take them
back
back.
and get another size. Like
Yeah.
it's real convenient.
Yeah.
So, last thing before we get out of here is we got the NCAA Elite Eight
Oh my gosh.
coming on here in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Big Ten is looking good. I know you don't like Big Ten. Isn't that crazy? Like, so I'm always from the school of like, okay, if my team didn't make it, I'm still going to root for the other people in the conference because the stronger the conference is, the stronger we're going to look, right?
Right. You
Ohio
said that.
State fans, they're like, well, if we can't make it, nobody can.
No,
But
I don't think all fans are Ohio State fans are like that.
you sure?
I'm that way.
You sure?
That's just.
I think there's
just,
I think there's a lot of Buckeye fans that feel that.
that. Well, maybe it is just me. And then Michigan State lost last night, right?
So Michigan State, I don't have that.
They lost.
Did they? I don't know when they lost. I just got the Elite Eight.
Well, they lost last night.
Okay, these are the games.
This is going to be it today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then your team lost. Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State definitely.
You were pulling for Iowa State.
Tennessee, I believe.
Tennessee, yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Now, is this the Tennessee that's in Nashville? I mean,
Knoxville.
well, in Tennessee. Knoxville. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where our cousins are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So they play tomorrow. They play Michigan. They'll probably get beat. And then UConn and Duke, they play tomorrow. I would take Duke on that one.
Yeah.
Then today, Iowa and Illinois. I guess, if however you want to say it. I don't know who's going to win that one. That's kind of a toss-up.
So what are you going to do with the Purdue and
Arizona? I'm rooting for Arizona because they're big.
They're in your Big 12. Mm-hmm. Purdue is with me. They're in the Big 10.
Y'all got a lot. You got Iowa, you got Illinois, Purdue, and Michigan still left. So you got
all right, Big 10.
4 out of the
big. Okay,
that's really good. I think they're saying it's the first time there was no North Carolina. No Kansas. Who else? It was somebody else. North Carolina, Kansas.
Somebody out in California.
Was it UCLA?
Maybe one of them.
It was the Blue Bloods. It was the the schools that are traditionally there. It's the first time that all 4 of them since like 1954. It's not that kind of computer.
So what do you think about your guy, Duke, and he's the brother, not Cameron, the other one.
Yeah, I don't know him individually.
Who played on? Well, I just found out too, so I'm just played on the he had a broken foot.
Oh wow!
And he
played on it.
Yeah, he played. He had. Your dad was telling me he had surgery like 2-3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, and he played on it last night.
Wow!
Now, I got a bad knee and a bad foot that bugs me sometimes, and I'm just wondering how in the world did he play on that foot? And they're going to play. Are they going to play tomorrow?
5:05.
My goodness! So, yeah, and I'm not pulling for Duke, but I mean, I'm not pulling for Duke, North Carolina. None of that. I only do the South Carolina girls. There's certain teams that I will pull for. That's how I do it. With college basketball.
You got to fall in love with the story, huh?
I have to fall in love with the story. Now with the NBA, I'm a whole different girl. I can tell you about the NBA. I love the NBA though. A lot of people like college basketball. I'm not in love with college basketball.
Oh yeah,
that's my problem. And I fall in love with the story. Once they get there. Like I knew who Bam, what his name, Adebayo or whatever. I knew of him or whatever, but I got into him because he's in the relationship with is it Asia. What?
I don't know.
What? She plays basketball,
Oh, okay, okay,
and he plays basketball.
gotcha.
So see, I like them because of that. Because they both play, they both play,
Oh, okay. You
basketball.
like that
I
relationship?
had to
Okay.
have that. They got to have that relationship for me in order
Mm,
for me, Like but I love the Cavs,
yeah,
but and I've always loved Donovan Mitchell,
yeah.
but I even love him more now that
Coco
he's in
Jones,
love
huh?
with Coco. So I got Courtney went last night
Oh yeah, to the
to the
game.
game, so I
Yeah.
said Coco might be there. She said, "Mama, you always think they know who you are. Don't you know that they don't know who you are?"
Oh, they might.
I said, "They might.
They might.
They might know. Donovan Mitchell might know who I am.
Mm,
Might
mm,
run
mm.
across my podcast."
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
So, and then yeah, I haven't been tapped into the men's at all really because we weren't in it, so I honestly really didn't care. We got a new coach,
Yeah.
Jared Calhoun. Everybody seems to be really excited about. I'm kind of a wait and see kind of guy because it sounds good, it looks good, but we got some work to do. So I gotta see what he's got. Then as far as the women's, man, this doesn't even seem to be updated. This is 2026. UCLA is in there. Looks like Duke. LSU got beat. Okay, so I did see that last week. LSU playing. They got beat by Duke. Man, it's definitely some good basketball to tap into. I'll say that. Looks like Notre Dame is rolling.
Yeah.
UConn, UCLA. Our girl didn't make it.
Dawn
Yeah,
Stanley. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
South Carolina, they
South
didn't. They got
Carolina.
beat.
They got beat.
Yeah. Oh no, it looks like they won. They won. They beat USC. Huh. Maybe they're on the other side. There's two sides to this. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they beat Maryland, so
So they
they'll be
beat the.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they're there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be in
They'll be
there.
talking about her and whatever. And now they have 4 black coaches, 4 women,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kicking butt and taking names. They're
Are
doing
they?
pretty. They're doing really well.
Hmm.
Dawn's one. The one I don't know. I don't watch the ladies, so I can't say. But I do like the real tall lady that. I mean, she'd be rocking out. She
Does
looked
she?
like she getting ready to walk down a runway somewhere. I mean, she's the role
She played.
oh yeah, I mean, I said, my goodness, I saw her. I thought, is this for real? This is a basketball game. That sister was clean as the board of health, or my grandmother would say, she was casket ready.
Casket sharp.
Yes, she was.
Here we go. So it looks like they are in. So they're in the Final Four already.
Okay.
So I didn't know. So you got UConn, Notre Dame, Duke, and UCLA. So, huh? I don't see South Carolina on here. I know they got to be on here. I'm looking at the bracket, y'all. So, oh no, there they go. Okay. So okay, they are in the Elite Eight. So okay, you got UConn, Notre Dame, UCLA, and Duke on one side of the bracket. And then it looks like Michigan is locked in, but we still have to see because this is it the 30th of March already.
The day's the 28th, yeah.
Today's the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
The 30th is Monday.
30th is Monday. Okay, so we'll see Texas and Kentucky. They're playing now. Um, let's see who else. Texas and Kentucky is playing now. So South Carolina and Oklahoma will play today at 5, and then TCU and Virginia. But Michigan is already there for the Elite Eight. So we will know our slate. So UConn, Notre Dame, UCLA, and Duke, and then Michigan's in there, and then it's looking like Texas is going to be playing Michigan, judging by this score. And it looks like the winner of Oklahoma, South Carolina will play the winner of TCU and Virginia. So definitely start to see. This is the time. Easter is close.
Right.
NBA basketball's picked up. Luka Doncic has been going off since the divorce. Bam had his 83.
Yeah. And his girlfriend, I forget her name,
yeah,
but she plays too.
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, and then people didn't want to make a big deal out of his 83 points. They comparing it to Kobe and what he did and how he did it. And I'm like one commentator, I can't remember who it was. He says, I don't care who you are. You're playing organized basketball. You're in the NBA. You can't go. You're at the top. You when you play for the NBA, you are elite. You're the best. Yep. Okay, you're the best. And to score 83 points,
that's remarkable.
That is remarkable. I don't care how he did it or whatever. His look like this and Kobe's look like that, and then you got stop. It's just unbelievable. Just let it go. Whatever. So, but congratulations, young man.
Congratulations.
Go for it.
Bam, if you see this, congratulations.
Go for it.
Sorry we didn't know your girlfriend's name, but
I forget. It's just too much going on in this world. I mean, it's I try to stay on top of it, but I put hours into this some nights. Some nights I look up, it's midnight, 1:00 in the morning. I've been online since 9, trying to do a little research and be prepared.
You're doing more than a little research. You're doing a lot of research.
So when I go to the barbershop and get my fade, I can carry on a conversation.
There it is. Well, that's been our time today, folks. If you made it to the end, we really appreciate your stamina, sticking with us. So if you stuck to the end, you must like what we had to say. So make sure you like and subscribe and share this with somebody. Share this with a friend.
Share it, please.
And hopefully it inspires you to go spend some time with your mama, because I get it from my mama.
Yeah.
So I appreciate